on what not to do in your orchestral epic music album. And yes, I'm going to go through my own work, like it got commissioned to get reviewed and criticized, but hopefully we all learn from it. So let's get straight into it. This track right here, yes, this track is the culprit, is the menace to society, and we're going to be learning on what not to do from it. The first thing that is guilty of the first charge is that it's too bloated, there's too much. Now, because it's an instrumental album, it even makes it more of a damning thing, should we say, because it's 43 minutes, and the fact that there's no words, there's no lyrics, there's no rapping, there's no singing except from one track over here, it can really feel like it's getting dragged on, and we don't want that. I felt like everything I touched could turn to gold, like Midas. I thought like, oh yeah, every track is going to be a masterpiece, but that was not the case. That was not the case. And one thing and one way to deal with it is just what I could have done is I could have gone back, not touched the album, not listened to it for like 3 days, 5 days, whatever. Just forget about the album. I go back, listen objectively, be in the perspective of the listener. You have to be listening on the outside, listening like it's your first time. Try and not be biased towards yourself and just think objectively. Does it feel like it's getting dragged on? Does it feel like some points it's getting boring? Does it feel like it's a filler? I'll say a good range is 8 to 12 tracks for a cinematic orchestral album. That way you could develop a story, build a concept, make sure each track serves a purpose because you're more strict with it, and it builds that concept. And of course, there's albums that are phenomenal, that are longer, and phenomenal that are shorter as well. So it's just more of a sense of just building that strict track list of what you feel like is necessary. For me particularly, I wish that I was more strict with the track list, say maybe it being 10, 9, instead of just adding tracks just for the sake of it, making it longer, because that way the album then overstays its welcome, it gets dragged on, and then with it being dragged on, there's no story. The story just feels like what's going on, and you're not providing that soundtrack for the audience. So what the director cuts do is it cuts away all the filler, in my opinion, and just brings a total new concept and a total story from start to end. And that's what you want. You want to have them focus from start to end. Each track serves a purpose. Okay, another thing that this album is guilty of is quality inconsistency. Now, what makes up the quality is the sound selection, the production, the arrangement, the mixing, and whatnot. And because it's an instrumental album, you really want that quality to really be good and consistent. Now, I'll show you one of the weaker quality tracks, in my opinion, on this album. Now you can say that yeah, the quality is alright and it's good, but I feel like in my opinion, what kind of makes it weaker is the organs. They didn't really give that cinematic feeling, and I felt like a different organ would have definitely made it more cinematic. Or the sound selection was definitely one of the problems, I feel like, and it could really take that immersion out. Now I'll show you one of the stronger qualities in my opinion. So yes, I think this one, the sound selection is stronger because it gives that cinematic feel. They're all string based, and nothing really sticks out like a sore thumb. I feel like as well, the production is better, and the arrangement is better, and the instrumentation is doing its job, is fulfilling its role. And now, giving up hope, I feel like the listeners probably given hope at this point, but it plays that role of helplessness, and I think that's what the director's cut, what it does is it gives the quality, it gives the bar of what the quality should be. Another charge that this album is guilty of that kind of bleeds into the quality inconsistency is that I feel like it wasn't really treated as a soundtrack album, or it wasn't really, there's no clear story. Now, obviously, we have no, it's an instrumental album, so we are gonna have to do double the work to really make sure that there's a story being told, or make it like there's a soundtrack release. And there's no words to save us. So if the instrumentation is not that good, then no words can save us. The title's not gonna be saving us, and the artwork is not gonna be saving us. So yes, we're gonna have to like make sure that it provides the soundtrack to the listener's imaginary movie or imaginary story, whatever scenario that they got in their head. Now, hopefully, they're not going crazy and having an episode and it's like with a soundtrack to that. But hopefully, your goal is to you providing the soundtrack. We are the one that was supposed to provide the original soundtrack, and to me, this album kind of felt more of a mixtape. It just felt like, oh yes, this is just tracks being put together, but it didn't feel like there's a story to follow. Despite that, the title kind of tries to portray a story. At the last one, no one survives, a flip on survival of the fittest. The sound sonically doesn't sound like it's a soundtrack to a movie that's happening right before me, and that's not what we want. We want it to be like the listener can think of a movie on the spot because of our music that they're listening to. This is more of a bonus, is artwork. I feel like the artwork didn't really portray the message properly. Now, this one, the film strips, yeah, they could say it's portraying a film-ish, album, but, as you can see, the name is not really doing any good. What's the artwork supposed to tell us? There's rain, yeah, cool. Rain, fire, wow. There's characters, wow, okay. It's not portraying that this is a cinematic album. Compared to this one is more clear. The orchestra here, they're doing the legwork. They're telling us that, yeah, this is going to be an orchestral album. I didn't mean to do that. This is going to be a cinematic album. The others here, up here and down here, they're doing the legwork. They're just bringing it to life. Now, they're telling us, they're just confirming to us that, yeah, this is going to be a cinematic album. That they're just confirming what the orchestra is saying. And, sadly, this thing had to go because of the distributor and whatnot. But, yes, this is what is being portrayed. Now, despite whether you like this one or this artwork better, it's more clear that this one is an orchestral album because of what is being portrayed here. The orchestra is telling us we are an orchestral epic album. And now a halo effect can happen because, if the artwork is better, then a halo effect can, go on the listener. That sounds a bit weird. But yeah, the halo effect can happen. But yes, this is what the director's cut is meant to fix, is less bloating. Quality is more consistent. And this is actually looking like it's a soundtrack release. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got inspired by something somehow. And yeah, I hope you guys also able to make amazing music and make the best that you can.